right here, right now. This is KMIR-6 Palm Springs.
KMIR-TV, Palm Springs. And now, the KMIR Late Edition, reporting today's events in the Coachella and around the world, with Michelle Muro. Financial commentary by Glenn D. Richardson. Gloria Greer with Stars on the Desert. Jay Heiler on the sports scene. Tina Stein with the weather, and the KMIR News team.
Good evening, everyone. A jury in India has found 19-year-old Donald.
The KMIR-TV 6 o'clock report with Tina Stein.
Good evening. Just about 1 hour ago, 11 hostages were released in Ottawa, Canada after being held at gunpoint for more than 8 Good evening, everyone. I'm Tina Stein. Each weeknight during NBC's exclusive coverage of the Olympics, KMIR-TV will bring you your local news at 9 o'clock. Because of the live coverage, of course, as you just saw, we are even a little bit later than 9 o'clock, 9:04, so you'll have to bear with us.
The KMIR 6 o'clock report with Tina Stein. Mark Blaine with sports. Weather with Sean McLaughlin. Gloria Greer's Stars on the Desert. And the rest of the KMIR News team.
Good evening. Hazardous material experts are still on the scene of a chemical spill in Thousand Palms.
You're watching the KMIR TV 6 News at 6 with Aaron Devine and Greg Wiseman. Craig Michaels with weather. Mark Blaine with sports. And Gloria Greer with Stars on the Desert. This is the KMIR TV 6 News.
News comes first. You're watching KMIR 6 News at 11. Right here, right now. You're watching KMIR 6 News Today at 6.
And good morning, everyone. You're watching KMIR 6 today. And this is what happens to employees of KMIR who decide to take a month off to tour Eastern Europe.
Right now, you're watching KMIR 6 News Today at 6:30.
Barclay Square, but Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair! Thought their cousins, identical cousins.
You know, I think that's the thing. My thing about TV shows today, they don't have the great theme songs anymore.
That is a
They're
great
like
theme song.
10 seconds and...
That's something that will totally get in your head and you'll be singing it over there.
Right here, right now. This is KMIR 6 News at 11.
Well, Doc.
Spring cleaning. It's a dirty job.
Right here, right now. You're watching the Valley's fastest growing newscast. This is KMIR 6 Today at 6.
Good morning, everyone. Look at a live picture, high top.
Right here, right now. You're watching Gino Lamont, Elizabeth Cook. Your lifestyle weather forecast with Fiona Gorostiza and Tina Patel reporting. This is KMIR 6 Today at 9.
Well, good morning. Now more than ever.
Right here, right now. Covering news in your neighborhood. This is KMIR 6 News at 5.
Good evening. I'm Gloria Margarita. Thank you for joining us tonight at 5 o'clock. Right here in the Valley, a dramatic rescue of...
Right here, right now. Covering news in your neighborhood. This is KMIR 6 News at 6.
This afternoon, rescue crews went out to search for a missing hiker in the mountains above...
This is KMIR 6 News at 11.
Well, some say flying saucers are a hoax. Others say...
Right here, right now. This is KMIR 6 Breaking News.
Right now, we're following breaking news. The USGS is reporting...
Here, right now, you're watching the Valley's fastest growing newscast. This is KMIR-6 Today at 5:30.
Well, they all pitched in yesterday to help clear interstate.
Right here, right now. You're watching the Valley's fastest growing newscast. This is KMIR-6 Today at 6.
A woman claims her child is kidnapped, and a chase across Los Angeles freeways finally comes to an end.
Plus, a hiker makes a shocking discovery in the hills of Palm Springs. The remains of a human body. Will have the latest on the investigation coming up.
And a deadly car wreck in Palm Springs as two cars crash on a major intersection. Good morning. You're watching KMIR-6 Today. I'm Johnny Atkinson.
Good morning. I'm Christina Pascucci. Thank you for joining us here nice and early.
Well, the Valley didn't...
Right here, right now. You're watching the Valley's fastest growing newscast. This is KMIR-6 News at 5. Right here, right now. You're watching the Valley's fastest growing newscast. This is KMIR-6 News at 6.
On a proposed solar farm says it would boost the...
I'm Gino Lamont. Elizabeth Beaubien has the night off, and your KMIR-6 News at 11 starts right now.
Right here, right now. You're watching the Valley's fastest growing newscast. This is KMIR-6 News at 11.
A new study on proposed solar farms says it would boost...
Right here, right now. This is KMIR-6 breaking news.
And the largest short film festival in all of North America began...
We investigate, making the Coachella Valley a better place to live. In true HD, this is KMIR-6 Today at 6.
All right, now if you find yourself...
You're watching Gloria Rodriguez and Thalia Hayden. This is KMIR-6 Today at 6.
When it comes to detecting breast...
Good evening. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Gino Lamont.
And I'm Elizabeth Beaubien. Hundreds of people are attending the Southern California...
We investigate, making the Coachella Valley a better place to live. In true HD, this is KMIR-6 News at 6.
The Elvis Presley home in Palm Springs could open to visitors again.
Making the Coachella Valley a better place to live. This is KMIR-6 News at 6.
And the scene.
This is KMIR-6 News at 11.
All right, thank you, Brian. Tonight, a ribbon cutting ceremony in Palm Springs for a new... Good evening. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Gino Lamont.
And I'm Elizabeth Beaubien. Someone died...
KMIR Today at 6 starts now.
Good Wednesday morning to you. Today is August 19th, 2015.
You're watching KMIR Today with Dan Ball, Audra Streetman, and Samada Smith with weather.
Welcome back. 10 minutes past the hour. I want to update you on that fatal crash we told you about that took place on Gene.
KMIR Midday starts now.
Good morning to you. It is 11 o'clock in the morning and you are watching the brand new KMIR News Midday. I'm Gloria Rodriguez.
And I'm Thalia Hayden. We are very excited to be here with you this...
KMIR Midday starts now.
Good midday to you. I'm Dan Ball. Thank you so much for tuning in on this September 9th, 2015. Before we get to all of our day's top...
KMIR News at 5 starts now.
In your health matters, the Mighty Sat. It's a device that up until now...
KMIR News at 6 starts now.
Happy New Year. This is your KMIR News at 6 and streaming live on KMIR.com. I'm Janet Zapala. Gino Lamont has the night off. It is a boy, the very first baby.
Dogs.
KMIR News at 10 on KPSE, the king of Palm Springs entertainment, starts now.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us at 10 and streaming live at KMIR.com. I'm Gino Lamont. Topping the news tonight at 10, President Obama...
As this previously cold case turns white hot today.
KMIR News at 11 starts now.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us here at 11 and streaming live at KMIR.com.
This is KMIR News Special Edition.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us for this special edition of KMIR News After the Game. I'm Angela Monroe. We begin tonight with the search for a missing man.
This is KMIR Breaking News.
Good evening. KMIR was first to report a major development in the Pinyon Pines.
You're watching KMIR Today with Thalia Hayden, Patrick Price, And Brian Gallo with your local forecast. KMIR Today starts right now.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us this Tuesday morning.
But this is just a part of a wind series that's about to sweep through the Southland. Details can't miss coming up in my complete forecast.
First in the Coachella Valley, you're watching KMIR-TV Palm Springs, where the news comes first. KMIR News starts now.
Good evening. This is the KMIR News at 6, streaming live at KMIR.com. I'm Gino Lamont. Janet Zapala has the night off. First tonight at 6 o'clock, the sudden and unexpected.
First in the Coachella Valley, you're watching KMIR-TV Palm Springs, where the news comes first. KMIR News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us for KMIR News at 6. I'm Angela Monroe. First on KMIR, First Lady Michelle Obama apparently is still in the Coachella Valley.
We'll take you there.
You're watching KPSE My Network TV, where the news comes first. KMIR News starts now.
Good evening. This is KMIR News on KPSE. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Thalia Hayden. Topping the news tonight, police are investigating a shooting.
You are watching The Morning Show on NBC Palm Springs with Sarah Sanchez, Tony Phan, and meteorologist Jerry Steffen with your weather.
Good morning, and thank you for waking up with us on this Friday. We have a busy morning ahead, and
This is NBC Palm Springs.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us for NBC Palm Springs Midday. I'm Lauren Day. We're also streaming live on KMIR.com. Let's get to it with your...
This is NBC Palm Springs. News first.
Good morning, and thank you so much for waking up with us this August 4th, Thursday, moving right there.
This is NBC Palm Springs. News first.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Olivia Sandusky.
And I'm Tim O'Brien. We begin tonight in the city of Palm Springs. And Joshua Moon, who was sentenced to serve more than...
Now, this is NBC Palm Springs.
Good morning, everyone. It's Wednesday, January 31st. I'm Mary Strong alongside meteorologist Jerry Steffen. And before we get to...
Now, this is NBC Palm Springs.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us for your midday news. It's Wednesday, January 31st. I'm Mary Strong alongside meteorologist Jerry Steffen. We'll have a look at some of your tops.
Now, this is NBC Palm Springs.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Olivia Sandusky.
And I'm Tim O'Brien. Home prices on a slight decline
right now.
This is NBC Palm Springs.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Olivia Sandusky. Well, it's that time of year again. Today's the first day of Coachella.
Now, this is NBC Palm Springs.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Olivia Sandusky. Rain expected to hit the valley floor tomorrow, and from end to end of the valley, storm preparation.
We all know a lot of people here in the Coachella Valley are on Facebook. Your kids or your grandkids may be on TikTok or Instagram. You think the state of California should regulate that? That's coming up. How did the windmills in Palm Springs come to be? You've heard of stolen mail? Well, tonight we have stolen mail boxes. And would you put a computer chip in your brain? Now, last night I shared with you an email from a veteran, someone who felt isolated and alone.
This is KMIR 6, Palm Springs.